We're unsure exactly how many people were arrested here at the Bryan County megasite, but we did confirm with an HSA special agent that this is a massive operation.
The Department of Justice is suing the city of Boston, Mayor Michelle Wu, and Police Commissioner Michael Cox. The complaint says Boston's immigration
courthouse surveillance video shows Dugan talking to immigration agents in the hallway before Flores Ruiz's hearing. So all of that for nothing. And it is my firm prediction that they're going to call him as a witness, that the government, that the federales are going to call this Mr. Ruiz, Mr. Flores Ruiz, as a witness against the judge. And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, what you're seeing on your screen is the surveillance camera from, do you remember several months ago when that judge up in Wisconsin got arrested because she helped someone who's in the country without permission? She helped him like run out the back door when ICE showed up to detain him. Well, you are looking at the security, the surveillance footage of that courthouse. And we're going to be playing the full footage later on at the end of this video, y'all. So you're definitely going to want to see that. And we're going to give you an update on that case. But first, y'all, the largest ICE raid in history. Apparently up to 450 people were detained in this huge raid in Georgia at an auto manufacturing or a Hyundai manufacturing plant. 450 people detained there, y'all. So we're going to talk about that first. And after that, we're going to talk about your girl, Michelle Wu, in the great city of Boston. The DOJ is suing Boston for being a sanctuary city for obstructing ICE and immigration enforcement. And they're trying to get Boston to turn over a new leaf. Now, pop quiz. Yes or no? Do you think your girl, Michelle Wu, is ready to turn over a new leaf? Or do you think she's doubling down and saying, we will not fold? You already know what she's saying, but we're going to talk about that second. And then finally, as I already said, we're going to get into this Judge Dugan situation, give you the latest. Y'all, she put her whole career and her freedom on the line to help this guy. At least this is what the feds are saying. Judge Dugan, you're seeing this whole scene on your screen right now. She put her career and her freedom on the line to help this guy get away, is what the feds allege. And now he threw her under the bus, y'all. She's all the way under the bus. We're going to get into that a little bit later, y'all. So first, let's get into this huge ICE raid in Georgia. Y'all, this is wild, y'all. ICE is not playing. Let's go ahead and pop right into it. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegal, Paralegold.com or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
Top story tonight, a major federal operation unfolded this morning at the Bryan County megasite in Ellabell.
Workers tell WSAV that hundreds of law enforcement vehicles poured into the Hyundai meta plant, with some employees led away in handcuffs. And WSAV Sarah Smith is live outside to tell us what we know so far.
We're unsure exactly how many people were arrested here at the Bryan County megasite, but we did confirm with an HSA special agent that this is a massive operation, and we got a glimpse at what happened during that raid from photos and videos sent to us by workers inside.
Okay, we're Homeland Security. We have a search warrant for the whole site. We need construction to cease immediately. We need all work to end on the site right now.
A woman who says she works at Hyundai tells me she saw people being detained, some crying and screaming, others quiet and scared.
We are actively conducting an investigation into unlawful employment practices going on at this massive multi-hundred acre construction site behind me.
Photos and videos from inside quickly surfacing online. What looked like hundreds of undercover law enforcement vehicles and Humvees flooded Kia Drive, the main entrance to the mega site.
Homeland Security Investigations agents, along with ICE ERO, the FBI, DEA, ATF, CBP, U.S. Marshals, and Georgia State Patrol conducted a judicially authorized enforcement operation.
Georgia State Patrol controlling who enters and exits the site, a helicopter also circling the area. We're told those who were cleared to leave were given this paper and told not to return to work for the day. We did see what looked like 3 workers crossing Highway 280 and being picked up from the site. We also saw buses pulling out of Kia Drive. Officials confirming detainees were on board.
We are continuing the operation. Arrests are being made, and we will be providing additional details on the outcome of today's operation tomorrow morning.
A spokesperson with LGES Battery Company tells me they're cooperating fully with authorities, and HSI also tells me that any other details on this operation are sealed under indictment. But you did just hear that special agent say they'll be having a press conference tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. WSAV will be there. For now, reporting live in Bryan County, I'm Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3.
Interestingly enough, y'all, I think a lot of the people who were detained, arrested, etc. in this particular ICE raid are from South Korea. Like, that's a long way. I mean, maybe they came over here on visas and just overstayed. I'm going to be very interested to see how they got into the country. I imagine they came over on some kind of visa and then maybe overstayed if they're here without permission. But very, very interesting, y'all. Now let's shoot into the story of your girl being sued, y'all. If I understand this correctly, I think not only is the city of Boston being sued, but I think your girl Michelle Wu is being personally sued as an obstructionist to the nation's immigration enforcement activities, y'all. So who knows how this is gonna go? This is actually gonna be a very important and instructive case, because it is really at the limit, at the very boundary of federal power versus state power. So we'll see what's gonna happen, y'all. Let's go ahead and hop into this story and see how your girl is being sued.
The Department of Justice is suing the city of Boston, Mayor Michelle Wu, and Police Commissioner Michael Cox. The complaint says Boston's immigration policies endanger public safety, and that has resulted in criminals being released onto the city streets. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connell is joining us from the newsroom. Sue, does the government have a case here?
Well, Priscilla, the DOJ is suing Boston, and they've been suing Chicago, New York, and L.A. They claim that they and we are actively obstructing immigration enforcement, not just refusing to help. But constitutional law heavily favors cities here. Cities have the right to set their own enforcement priorities under the anti-commandeering doctrine. For the DOJ to win, they need to prove actual obstruction beyond just non-cooperation with detainers, which is a very high bar. And given the existing precedent protecting sanctuary policies, the lawsuit probably has limited chances of success. The key will be how courts define obstruction versus non-cooperation.
All right. So y'all, now we're going to pop into this final story today. And this is Judge Dugan. Again, you've been seeing this surveillance footage in the background as I've been going through these stories. And we're going to play this full footage plus a bit of audio from the history of this case at the end of this video. But for now, y'all, first, I want you to know where Judge Dugan stands, okay? So we're gonna pop into this quick report about where Judge Dugan stands as of today. She tried to get these charges dropped. She was unsuccessful, and she's going to trial, y'all. This is a criminal trial for a judge trying to help somebody who's in the country without permission, who himself was on trial for a very serious assault and battery, y'all. Once you see this report, though, I'm going to tell you what he's doing how he's throwing her under the bus after she tried to help him. But first, let's see where she stands.
Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan is going to trial. Prosecutors say she helped an undocumented immigrant evade ICE agents. Jason Calvi is here with the next big fight in this case.
Ted, the trial will start this year, but first, that big fight. Both sides are arguing over what questions to ask potential jurors, including whether to ask what stickers are being used to decorate their water bottles and their cars. On December 15th, a jury will weigh the case for and against Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan. But Dugan's defense and prosecutors cannot agree on a written questionnaire for potential jurors.
Why ask about water bottle stickers?
It's all getting to political beliefs.
Dugan's team wants to ask about that and stickers on cars and laptops, too. Federal prosecutors in court say that's not relevant. Dugan's proposed jury questionnaire also would ask about radio talk shows, podcasts, and TV channels they listen to. They also want to ask potential jurors to describe their political views and if they've ever attended a campaign rally or ever joined protests for and against federal immigration enforcement.
I think it's a political prosecution, but our defense is not political. Our defense plays to all political beliefs.
If that's the case, why are you asking people about their political views, their water stickers, their water bottle stickers?
Because we have to know what lens people come in with and how hardened their views are. So what we're looking for is reasonable people on both sides of the political spectrum that can listen to the facts of the case.
Federal prosecutors allege Dugan helped Eduardo Flores Ruiz evade waiting immigration agents. They say she brought him through a jury door, a non-public doorway. She pleaded not guilty and also was captured on MPD body camera video saying this.
It's all lies.
So last week, federal judge Lynn Edelman rejected Dugan's request to throw the case out. Dugan's attorneys said she would not appeal that ruling, meaning the trial can move forward. The Wisconsin Supreme Court suspended Dugan after her arrest, but she's still getting paid.
All right, so now that you see what's going on with Judge Dugan, let's take a look at the guy that she risked it all for. Here it says, man at center of Milwaukee Judges Center admits illegal U.S. entry. The immigrant lacking permanent legal status. Y'all, look how they describe the immigrant lacking. Come on, y'all. The immigrant, some people say illegal immigrant. I say person, in the country without permission. They say immigrant lacking permanent legal status. At the center of the high profile arrest of a Milwaukee County judge was in federal court Thursday morning. Eduardo Flores Ruiz pleaded guilty to an illegal reentry charge and will be sentenced in late October. Flores Ruiz has previously agreed to deportation after serving prison time for coming into the United States illegally. Police arrested him in March for a domestic violence case in a dispute with his roommates. Prosecutors said the next month, Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan helped Flores Ruiz and his lawyer leave her courtroom and evade federal agents at the courthouse. Agents arrested Flores Ruiz a short time later. Courthouse surveillance video shows Dugan talking to immigration agents in the hallway before Flores Ruiz's hearing. He is set for a jury trial in that state misdemeanor case on October 13th before his federal sentencing. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office still plans to try him for the state domestic violence charge, according to Chief Deputy District Attorney Jeff Altenberg. Altenberg also said prosecutors have offered him a plea deal in state court, but that has not been accepted. Now, y'all, why am I saying that this guy is throwing the judge under the bus? Two reasons. One, according to the charges, she risked it all so he can stay in the country, homie. Like, yo, I'm copping a plea and I'm out. See ya. So he probably is only gonna be in prison for a couple of years. Then he's out, y'all. He's out. So all of that for nothing. And it is my firm prediction that they're gonna call him as a witness, that the government, that the federales are going to call this Mr. Ruiz, Mr. Flores Ruiz, as a witness against the judge in her trial. She has a trial coming up too. I predict he is going to be a witness against her, y'all. So this is all wild. This is an immigration, people in the people in the country without permission kind of video, y'all. I want y'all to let me know, what do you think about all this? You have three different stories you can comment on. You can comment on your girl, Michelle Wu. You can comment on 450 people from South Korea, of all places, arrested and detained for, I guess, deportation. Or what about Judge Dugan getting thrown under the bus? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button. Share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Yo, if you have a retirement, y'all hit the link. It's the first link down in the description. Paralegal.com, Paralegold.com. Find out how you can protect your retirement from the upsies, the downsies, the roundsies, and the roundsies. Y'all, have you checked the price of gold lately? It's literally at an all-time high right now. It's been ripping and running, y'all. It's been ripping and running. If you would have listened to me months ago, you could be up tens of thousands of dollars right now. Call my people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334 and get all the information. Want to thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. See you back in the next one. And y'all, we're going to flow right into this full surveillance footage with some cool audio in the background.
A couple hundred protesters spent about an hour this afternoon on the steps of the federal courthouse after the FBI ordered a Milwaukee County judge arrested. That judge accused of helping an undocumented immigrant avoid arrest. This is video shot just moments after Judge Hannah Dugan was released after her appearance this morning before a federal magistrate. Attorney General Pam Bondi says Judge Dugan was arrested this morning by the FBI after misdirecting federal agents away from a suspect, Eduardo Flores Ruiz. We have team coverage with a look at the protests we had earlier today, a closer look at all the facts we know about today's case. But we're going to start with Ryan Jenkins. He actually spoke with the person who first tipped off police about Flores Ruiz. Ryan, what were they able to tell you?
Yeah, Steve, as you just mentioned, at the center of all of this situation involving the judge being arrested is a court case involving a 32-year-old from Mexico named Eduardo Flores Ruiz. He was in court facing charges for domestic violence and battery, and that is when he was arrested by federal authorities. And what I can tell you is today I spoke to the people who called 911 last month, and I wanted to hear from them about this initial run-in with the law for Flores Ruiz and what led federal authorities to finding him here in Milwaukee.
What is your reaction or your opinion that it's gotten to this level?
No pensábamos que esto iba a pasar, porque nosotros nos presentamos a la corte y nunca pensábamos que eso iba a pasar, que no iban a entregar migración, no sé qué fue lo que pasó ahí.
That's the voice of a man who, alongside his girlfriend, was attacked last month in their apartment in Milwaukee's Near West Side neighborhood. Today, I went back to that area and was invited inside to hear more of the story. The victims asking me to conceal their identities because they're afraid of what all of this could mean, with Flores Ruiz now likely facing deportation.
Do you believe Eduardo should be deported over this incident?
Pues somos humanos, todos cometemos un error, pero si él lo cometió, pues tiene que pagar sus errores.
Here's what I've learned about Flores Ruiz so far. Federal court documents say he's been in the United States since 2013. In April of that year, Border Patrol agents in Arizona removed him from the U.S. to Mexico. Prosecutors say he never received any permission to come back into the country. And he stayed out of trouble until just last month when he caught the misdemeanor battery and domestic abuse charges here in Milwaukee, alerting federal authorities to his whereabouts. His roommates telling me today he was causing a ruckus at their home and became violent, attacking his roommate and his roommate's girlfriend. They called the police and Flores Ruiz was charged. It was during a court hearing in that case on April 18th that federal agencies arrested him. And I did reach out to Flores Ruiz's public defender in this case. They have no comment so far, but again, it was that case that led Flores Ruiz to be in Judge Dugan's courtroom here at the Milwaukee County Courthouse when federal authorities came to arrest him. And our Jenna Ray is joining us live right now with how the judge then ended up being arrested.
Brian, we have brand new information at the top of this hour with sources telling us that federal agents met Judge Dugan outside the main courthouse entrance on 10th Street earlier this morning. We're told they escorted her inside into the cafeteria, and that's where the arrest took place. Judge Dugan is charged with impeding or obstructing a proceeding before a department or agency.
A criminal complaint states these charges stem back to the arrest of Eduardo Flores Ruiz on April 18th. That day, Flores Ruiz was scheduled to appear in Judge Dugan's courtroom on misdemeanor battery charges. The complaint says agents identified themselves, went up to her courtroom, and waited for the hearing to finish. Agents say Judge Dugan was told they were there, stopped the court proceedings, and escorted agents to Chief Judge Carl Ashley's office. Documents then say agents were left there, and witnesses saw Judge Dugan leave, go back to her courtroom, then, quote, escort Flores Ruiz through a jury door to avoid his arrest. Agents then claim Flores Ruiz made a run for it and was quickly arrested after they chased him down. With all of this taking place inside the Milwaukee County Courthouse, we asked County Executive David Crowley his reaction.
I was surprised. When we talk about our judges who are here to uphold the law, it's really about making sure we give people that due process.
Before Dugan's charges were made public, the FBI's director, Kash Patel, released this tweet on X saying, quote, we believe Judge Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from the subject to be arrested in her courthouse. Crowley argues the federal government is attacking and intimidating judges.
The example being made of Judge Dugan's case speaks directly to the concerns being raised about targeting individuals throughout our judicial systems across our country.
Judge Dugan was in federal custody earlier today. She also made an appearance in federal court. She's since been released. We've made multiple attempts to reach out to her and her attorneys today, but have not heard back. Steve.
Jenna Ray at the courthouse, thank you. Judge Dugan's arrest had led to 2 rounds of protests today here at the federal courthouse. Gideon Verdeen joining us live now with what those protesters had to say. Gid?
That's right. I'm here in the very spot that hundreds of protesters gathered earlier today to rally behind Judge Dugan.
No justice, no peace. We shouldn't have any fear. We should come out with our brothers and sisters.
Protesters locked arms at the federal courthouse, saying today's protest was about more than just one arrest.
I care about democracy. I care about where this country is going.
Lisa Jones of Rid Racism MKE joined the chants to support Judge Hannah Dugan, calling for unity and justice for immigrants and marginalized communities.
And this does not fit our values as a country to have Judge Dugan arrested. This is what dictators do.
Blaze Torrance was there protesting too. He says Judge Dugan's arrest raised concerns about fairness and due process.
We want to express our discomfort for this obstruction of the due process, and we want to see changes.
We will not be intimidated.
Alderwomen Augusta Zamaripa and Marina Dmitrievich showed up in support of the judge.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't think I would see something like this in my lifetime.
This clearly was an intimidation tactic meant to scare, in particular, community leaders, elected leaders.
Protesters say they fear the message being sent that speaking up for immigrants could come at a cost. But they also made it clear they don't plan to stay silent.
This is a clear attack also on working class people, telling working class people, shut up, sit down, stay home, and they're going to do what they want to do. And we're not going to let them do that.
That's right, and protesters tell me they vow to keep fighting for immigration rights and for Judge Dugan. There is a protest planned for tomorrow at the FBI headquarters.